Video has drip marketed for Rena and Charlotte, and we have a lot to talk about. Welcome back to Genshin Lore with Amabi. If you've been paying attention in Fontaine, drip marketing schemes should be nothing new to you. When the three from the House of Hearth were redropped with Fatui, we knew that this would be the first inkling of something. And it's also really interesting because the whole theme of Fontaine is like a show. And it's almost like Genshin playing with itself to be like, yes, we're in on it and every bit of staging matters. But then comes Farina, our Hydro Archon. And if you notice, she's visionless, both in her bow and above her head where the Archon usually has their vision set. Here is a quick comparison, but you can see Dendro Vision, Leeway, Mondstadt, you can't see it because Venti has a hat crew, and Raiden has the Electro Vision. And they have these even though Venti is fake and Raiden doesn't wear a vision. Neither does Nahida, I think. So why doesn't she have one? One of my first thoughts had to do with this, that in Fontaine we actually have two different vision systems. Maybe they didn't want to show favoritism, but this is the same company that did this. So let's actually talk about this system. ousia and pneuma. I might be saying that wrong. If I am, you can tell me in the comments, but be nice. In a city where most of the references are on ancient Rome, it's really interesting because the vision system is on ancient Greek, like economia. If you know your Greek history, you'll know that ousia and pneuma are part of a trinity system. Yes, three elements that interact. But when these two interact, they cancel each other out. So what is the third element? And they refer to the Trinity. Pneuma is based off of the Father, ousia, the Holy Spirit, and the third one is Logos. And in Gnosticism, that's going to be Jesus Christ himself. So Father, Holy Spirit, Jesus Christ. But we're giving the Father and the Holy Spirit, and they kind of can cancel each other out. And I don't have to tell you about the symbolism here, and Father also being the name for Arlecchino, and that the Melazines called their creator Father as well. It seems there's a lot of things happening with this motif. And so there's a third thing, and where is Logos? Logos is also derived from the Greek word that means laws or logic. And so prior to seeing this in Farina's drip marking, I thought that the third element, it was ousia, pneuma, and the laws. And so maybe the third element would be what's powering the oratories or something of that effect. But then we get this, and I'm starting to wonder if it might be Farina herself. And so if it were her, my inclination was like, maybe she'll be able to use pneuma and ousia. And then lo and behold, if you've paid attention to the kit leaks, that seems to be the case, and she's not represented by either. And perhaps that is because Focalors is an important part of the Fontaine vision system herself. She is the third element or the third piece that represents the law. You could also take a step back and say, no, that's going to be Neuvillette. He is like the third element in interaction, and she remains the Archon. And she, because Neuvillette takes her place, doesn't have an alignment. Maybe she is unable to use hydro powers or never inherited that ability from the prior Hydro Archon. There's a lot of things you can do with this theory, what is our predictions for 4.1? Put those in another video. But if you like this theory, let me know in the comments. And as always, like and follow for more Genshin lore.